Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old Digital. This is David Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be showing you the brand new Kinhank 5-in-1 hard drive. Now this is a 12 terabyte hard drive, and you may have seen my videos about the previous one they had that was only HyperSpin. This one's called the 5-in-1 because it has HyperSpin, Launchbox, RetroBat, Playnite, and TechnoParrot in here. Now, full disclosure, I meant to do a full unboxing, and what happens, I did that, and then my sound was all jacked up, so I have to record it again. But anyway, regardless, things are more wrapped up here usually than what I'm going to show you, but to give you an idea of what's in here, you have your instructions. This is going to tell you what you have to install on Windows to get it going and how to do that, because you will have to install something much like with the first one. To be honest, I had most of the things that asked me to install at the last one, so I don't know that I'll have much more to install this time, but you know, we'll see. We have the power cord here. This, of course, is the hard drive. You have your USB connector down there, warranty card, and then I think this is just specifically instructions for just the hard drive hardware. So this is what we've got now. In the pictures, it looked different than the previous one. This one looks very, very much the same. So I'm hoping they sent me the right thing. But regardless, we'll find out. It's a big 12 terabyte hard drive. And let me show you how it looks on the inside here. Looks like the hard drive is Western Digital. So there you go. It is a hefty, chunky thing. So as I mentioned, this is a hard drive. You do need a PC running Windows to do anything with this, because you have to plug it in and Windows has to detect it and everything runs from there. So you can attach this to a TV. That's one of the things I got asked the most with the previous drive. You know, other than that, I will just show you all the collections, and that'll be it for this video when I do that. And then I'll be working on the review, so I can tell you a little bit more about what I think about this. But just to give you an idea of what's on here, in case you don't want to wait for reviews, you can hopefully just jump on and pick it up if that's what you want to do. I'll put a link in the video description so you can get to it easily. And I probably won't be able to show every single thing in all the collections, because it says that there's 280 collections and 80,000 games. I also don't know if the collections overlap between the different, you know, front ends you have. I imagine they must to some degree. So, you know, it might just be a matter of preference on a lot of those, but we'll look at a lot of the stuff, and you can see what you think of that. So without further ado, let me get to my PC and we'll show you what's on here. All right, I'm going to show you how to get into this. Once you've got everything installed, you're going to choose the correct hard drive here. In my case, it's going to D. And you're going to go over here to Core Type R. And then you go to the first instance of the word core here. It's going to be the application. And you're going to double click that. Okay, so we're in. And I'm going to show you the different collections it has. So we have HyperSpin Attraction, TechnoParrot, Cody, I don't even know. That's some kind of multimedia thing, and there's nothing in it, so I'm not sure why it's even in here. We have our Launchbox, I believe. This one has a lot of our Windows games. Kind of the higher end stuff. RetroBat, HyperSpin Attraction. Okay, so gone through all that. So one thing I did go in here before and check for was I wanted to see if the collections were the same no matter which one you went through. So, you know, if more than one collection has, for instance, a Super Nintendo, it does look like they're the same collections in each one. Maybe there's a game or two that isn't the same, but it looked like it was to me. So, all right, let's start here with TechnoParrot. Why not? So I'm gonna go into this. Okay. Now you notice this looks basically like HyperSpin Attraction, same layout. I'm pretty sure it's basically what it is, but it just is more limited. So it has different, I believe this is different arcade boards. So you have Arcana 2. I'm not going to call it all these names, but just to get an idea, there's only 3 games in this particular little collection here. Namco. So not too many games there either. Nessica. So there's a lot of games I'm not too familiar. I do know BlazBlue. But yeah, there's several different kinds of things. There's a lot of fighting games, but some other stuff as well, of course. Magical Beat. I like this layout here with the arcade game. Arcade like setup looks like. Yeah, so there's a good number of games here. Some of the Street Fighters, Vampire Savior, Aquapazza. See, that I'm not familiar with, but it looks cool. All right, let's go down to Tato Type X. More BlazBlue, Chaos Breaker, Chase HQ2. A lot of good stuff. There are some things that look like they're in multiple collections here as well. Tato Type X2. Yep. All right. And so then you have favorites recently played, etc. So we're just going to go and get out of that. Yeah, we're going to get out of TechnoParrot. Not going to worry about Cody. Nothing really useful in it. All right. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so we're getting into big box here. There's a bit of a load time to get to this point. We'll see. One of the collections, I can't remember which one when I tried it initially. I actually had to like Alt-Tab to the right screen to get it to go because it was just like a black screen forever. And it had loaded up, but it just wasn't going anywhere. So that was a strange one. We'll see if it happens again. All right, I get this little thing about my antivirus thing running, so it doesn't like that. But okay, so here we're getting into some of our systems. So I'm actually let me get this going alphabetically just to make it a little easier. All right, so we'll start with 3DO. I'm not going to go through every single collection because that is just so many. I mean, it would take forever and a day to do that. But I'll look through some of the ones that I think people will be most interested in. So I don't know, 3DO Japan, sure, we could look at that. Here we go. So I'm just going to slow down or scroll down kind of quickly. I want you to be able to see the titles, but I don't have time to wait for each one to like load in the video. And nice. Oh yeah. Probably worth noting. There are, I noticed in the 3DO, some adult games. I don't know exactly how adult they are, but you may want to look at that before you just hand this to your kid to play or something. There may be some stuff in here that isn't going to be good for you or good for them rather. So just to kind of let you know, that is definitely a thing. I didn't see anything that looked extraordinarily explicit, but still stuff I wouldn't probably want my kids to play. So here, loaded darks, balls. Was this ever a good idea? I don't know. 3DO, that was it was way too expensive when it came out. And it had a few really cool games on it. But I think, companies didn't support it because of how expensive just the system was. Like, not enough people were buying it. So they really kind of shot themselves in the foot by not coming out at a more reasonable price point. I can't remember. There was two AD&D games. There was this Deathkeep one, and there was another one. I can't remember which one I had, but I did enjoy it. Dragon's Lair, classic. Yeah, a lot of FMV games on the system, if you didn't know. It's kind of early on in the days of games on disc, and FMV games were everywhere. And that's not good. Okay. Last Bounty Hunter. Yeah, so many FMVs. Every time I think this one sounds cool by the title and I hadn't heard of it before, I realized it was just a FMV game and it's not that exciting. There are some RPG looking stuff here, which I don't know if they're good. I never had this game, for instance, but I'd be interested in checking it out. I kind of feel like if it was really good, I would have heard of it, but we could try it. Out of This World. It's kind of a classic Panzer General. Excellent strategy game. PO was all right. Primal Rage. Quarantine, kind of fun. Return Fire, great game. Really good. Rise of the Robots should never have been made. Road Rash, pretty good Road Rash. Not my absolute favorite because it's very hard to stay next to your opponents to hit them. So I don't like it as much as the Genesis ones, but it's a good solid racing game. If you look at it more as a racing game and you might get to hit someone occasionally, then it's pretty good. There's a game literally just called Sex. I'm not going to hang out on that one for too long. I'm guessing it's adult. Slayer, that's the other D&D one. I don't know which one I had. They look very similar. Space Ace, Space Hulk. Had that. You could get your eyes kind of stuck in front of you and have no way to like resolve it though. So not the best. Now Star Control 2, this game is amazing. I put so many hours into this game. I'm really glad they have it. So they've got some great stuff. Star Wars Rebel Assault, that's a quality one. They had like the best version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo in the day. Super Wing Commander's good. Any of the Wing Commanders are good. Way of the Warrior, often cited as being one of the worst fighting games of all time. I don't think it's actually the worst, but it's definitely not good. It's kind of worth playing just to see how just how it is. It's like the worst attempt at doing Mortal Kombat ever. So okay, let's get out of that. It's 3DO. Okay, I don't know about the Amstrad stuff. Atari 600, 7800. I'm gonna kind of leave those. It's if you look down on the bottom right, kind of underneath the arcade, it tells you how many games are in each one. 664, 72, 60. That's probably most of them. 54 Atari Jaguar games. We can take a quick peek here. Bubsy, everyone doesn't love Bubsy. Let's see. Cybermorph. That's a game that came packed in, and it was okay, but it's kind of dull. Now Doom on the Jaguar. This is maybe my favorite version of Doom on any of the consoles, and it's the first version I played, and it has no background music, and I thought that's how it was. And when I played one that had background music, I actually didn't like it. I liked like the silence occasionally interrupted by like violence. So worth checking out. If you want to try stuff out on this. Iron Soldier, kind of good at its time, not really great anymore, I wouldn't say. Rayman. Tempest 2000, amazing game. If you like shooters, I'll definitely play that. Wolfenstein 3D was great on there. Can't go too wrong with Worms. Alien vs Predator, great. I don't know how that works on these emulators, because if you've seen that Jaguar controller, it has like a whole like number pad like between where you hold the controller, and you're not going to have that on most controllers that you have to connect to your computer. So I don't know. I just don't know how that works on here, but maybe it's fine. Maybe there's some other way. Atari Lynx. I'm not going to go through that. ST, Coleco, Commodore 64. Let's skip to Amiga. Amiga has, oh boy, 1,798 games. We're definitely not going to look through all of this as much as I would like to. I guess, I'm going to go through as fast as I can here reasonably. So keep your eye on the left of the screen. I know last time I did the previous hard drive, someone had asked about Amiga, so I hate to leave that person or other people who love this system in the lurch here, but there's just so much. It's kind of impossible to go all the way through all of them, but like I've been scrolling for a bit. I feel like I'm just now getting to the B's. But, even though I didn't have an Amiga, I did have, old computers, and a lot of these games were on those too. So I definitely get kind of excited seeing some of this stuff, and think I might get some good nostalgia out of that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do all of them. I'm just not. I was hoping maybe I could go fast enough, but I don't know why I thought that one. There's so many, but you can see, there's tons of these games on here. If there's one specifically you want me to look into, I will try to. Sometimes I depending on what's going on in life, I can't always get right to it, but if you want me to look for one, I will try to do that for you. Just let me know, and I'll look into it. I love the DD Gold Box games. I hope it doesn't make you go through the stuff where you had to like use their stupid little dial thing to make sure you weren't copying it, because that would not work so great. All right, well, let's move on, because this is such a gigantic collection. I don't want to be here for. I didn't see how many there were. Let's see. 163 on the Amiga CD. That might be a little more reasonable. A lot of classics in here, it looks like. So if you have any favorites on this system that I may not know, definitely let me know, because you know, again, I didn't have this, so there's going to be a lot of games on here that I'm just not familiar with, that I wouldn't necessarily know to pick out of this list here. But okay, we're pretty good. Let's go on. Commodore CD-TV, I'm talking about that. Vectrex, and Television, Megaduck, MSX, MSX2. Let's look at Xbox. I keep forgetting to look at the number of games, but I don't think there's a ton. All right, so I think this is really bad if I remember right. Okay, MechAssault though. MechAssault's really great. I'm really hoping that these games work better on this hard drive than they did in the previous one, because if you watched my review of that, you'll see that I had a lot of trouble getting them to actually work, which is, you know, kind of a bummer. I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah, I do. I can't remember what it's called in English, but yeah, it's not super great, but okay. There's a game that is not on here, I don't believe, called Death Row, which was like a made-up sport where it was like super violent. And I absolutely love that one. So I hope I can get that to work on here at some point, because I would love to try that again. It's been a very long time, but it's worth checking out. Okay. All right, Xbox 360, we have 116 games. Dante's Inferno, you got your TO Extreme, Dead Space, Diablo 3, Dirt 2, Divinity 2, Charles Sonata, Fear, Fable 2, Gears 2, 3, and Judgment, Halo 3 and 4, and Anniversary, Halo Reach, Just Cause, Forza Horizon 2, that's fantastic. Look at Rising was up there. All right, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Mud, let's see. Need for Speed Carbon. Interesting. There they are, okay. I was like, all the titles disappeared. Outfit, Overseas Rock Fighters, Prey. Project Gotham Racing, those are great games. Prototype. Okay, so there is the occasional duplicate here. Like we have 2 Red Dead Redemptions. I don't know. I don't remember that being a 2-disc game, but maybe I'm wrong. Resident Evil 4 and 6. Ridge Racer 6. SSX. Street Fighter vs. Tekken. Tekken 5. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Are people still in Angry Birds? I don't know. Asura's Wrath. So lots of cool stuff on here. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Bayonetta. Bully, Burnout Revenge. Condemned and Condemned 2. Great games. Crackdown 2. Now Crackdown 1. So strange. These never have that. Okay. All right. PCFX. PC Engine. Supergraphics. Let's look at the Turbografix one. Hold on. 108 Turbografix games. Darkwing Duck, Dead Moon, Deep Blue, Devil's Crush, great. This is a whole nother series of games or system that I don't know a lot of the games on. I didn't have one as a kid. I didn't know anyone who had one as a kid. So, yeah, I mean, there's some things that were on multiple ones. Okay, so it looks like some of these are in Japanese. So we have Lady Sword here, and all the text looks like it's in Japanese right now, so. What's your axe? Load Runner. Psychosis. Oh, it's a shooter. Okay. I know it had a lot of shooters on that system, so let's see. Turrican? I know a lot of people are really into that. I haven't played very much Turrican, but Gelante. A lot of stuff in Japanese. Alien Crush. Bloody Wolf, Bomberman. Bonk's Adventures, of course. Kadash. Great. All right, let's move on here. Turbografix CD. I don't know if we go through all that. So Nintendo 3DS. Okay. So 493 3DS games. That's a lot. So we're not going to go through and look closely at all this. Let's just kind of line to live. This looks like an RPG. God, not familiar with that one. Okay. I'm sort of assuming that there's some Japanese games in here too. There's lots of Animal Crossing stuff, and there may be duplicates. Asphalt 3D looks the same. Gunvolt Striker Pack, okay. Barbie games, if you're into that. Batman Blackgate, Ben 10, Beyblade, Big Hero 6, Bit Trip Saga. That sounds so familiar, but I don't think I've ever played one. BlazBlue, Bravely Default, Bravely Second, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. I don't think I played that one. Is that? I wonder if that one's in the Metroidvania side. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. But I could be wrong. Code of Princess. That looks cool. Kind of beat 'em up sort of thing. Conception 2. Corpse Party. Cultcept. Like try that. Dead or Alive. Dimensions. I mean, this is a pretty dang big selection of stuff. I'm pretty impressed. Dragon Quest 7 and 8. Lots of games in Japanese that I don't know what they're called. Ever Oasis. Looks pretty cute. Fantasy Life. FIFA Soccers. Some Fire Emblems. I hope some of these are translated. If the titles are all in Japanese, I don't know. But Fragrant Story. Oh, I was hoping to have a video, but it doesn't look like they don't all have the video, which is unfortunate. I have no idea what Fragrant Story would be. It's like you just go around smelling flowers or something. Green Lantern. Harvest Moons. Hey Pikmin. Hyrule Legends. Hyrule Warriors Legends, excuse me. I saw Kid Icarus, Kingdom Hearts, Kirby Battle Royale. Langrisser, that's cool. Little Battler's Experience. I think I've heard that's good. Haven't played it. Legend of Legacy. Zelda Link Between Worlds. Majora's Mask 3D. This must be Ocarina of Time. Oh, this is... was it three swords? I'm not sure if I'm remembering that right. Some Lego games. Lots of those. Lots and lots and lots of those. Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2. Oh, this is Mario RPG. Interesting. Okay. Mario Sound Link Games. Mario Kart 7. See, I don't know what's with all these multiples here. It's very strange. Mario Party. Mario Tennis. Mega Man Legacy Collection. That's cool. If you want to play some old Mega Mans on there. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D. Some Metroids. Oh, Michael Jackson. Great. Monster Hunter Ultimate 3 and 4 and Generations and Stories. Lots of stuff. Puppy 3D, whatever. My Pet Puppy 3D. Wow. Very exciting. Okay. New Super Mario Bros. 2. All your Nintendogs and 10 cats. I'm not sure how the stylus thing works on this, if you can just like use a mouse or what. I hope it's set up that way. But I can tell you for sure. Persona Q, Persona Q2. Pilot Wings. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Rumble Blast. Rumble World. Pokemon X. Pop Tropica. Don't know that one. Okay. Professor Layton games. Project Exxon, Exxon 2. Yeah, there's obviously just a ton of stuff. Got Rayman games on here. Resident Evil Revelations. Mercenaries 3D, Apollo, if I'm saying that right. Ridge Racer. So I'm not going to be talking the whole time. I'm trying to show as much of these as I can, because that's where I got most of my questions with the last one. Shin Megami Tensei 4, excuse me. Soul Hackers, Devil Survivor 2. This is all your Shin Megami Tensei games. I'm not saying this right at all. Shinobi Shovel Knight, Sims 3, Skylanders, Smurfs, Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed, Sonic Boom, Generations, Lost World, Star Fox, Stella Glow, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario Maker 3DS. It's hard to see when it's in black. Super Monkey Ball. Good lord. Oh, this is Smash Brothers. Okay. Street Fighter 4, Tales of the Abyss, Tekken 3D, a few different Tetrises, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. This is a massive collection of 3DS games. I actually wasn't expecting there to be nearly this many. So that's fantastic. I don't think this is one of the ones I looked at when I came through here before. So Dragon Code VFD. Okay, looks like an RPG. All right, great. All right, wait. Nintendo 64 Europe and USA. I don't know if I want to look at every country's N64 games. Let's kind of zip through here, though. Let's make sure it's got some of the real classics on here. Mario Golf, Mario Party. NFL Blitz. Ogre Battle 64, great game. Perfect Dark. Pokemon Puzzle League, Stadium. Quake 2, Quest 64. Let's see. Resident Evil 2, Roto 64. Snowboard Kids. Star Fox 64, got that. The various Star Wars games. StarCraft. Super Mario 64, gotta have that. Of course. Let's see. Tetrasphere, Rainbow Six, Tony Hawk 123. Okay, am I wrong? Have I not seen Legend of Zelda on here? Like the Waver 64 is good. Maybe it's just under Zelda. So we got your various wrestlings. You have the WCW Backstage Assault and Mayhem and Nitro. Those are not great. WCW Neighbor World Tour. Revenge is good. Wipeout's good. WFAD 2, not so great. No Mercy, great. Warzone, not so great. WrestleMania 2000, pretty good. GoldenEye, 1080. I have to look and see if there's a Legend of Zelda, and I just missed it. I feel like I was looking for it, but let me just see. I mean, we have it on the 3DS, so I guess it may not be necessary. It still sort of surprised me that they didn't include that if they didn't. Oh, no, there they are. I just apparently looked right past them. Okay, great. Cool. All right. Let's move on. Nintendo DS. There's 2,221 games. So I cannot sit here and look through all this. I'm just going to zip through really fast and maybe occasionally slow down just to kind of give you an idea. But there's so many. And I'm guessing we're getting these across countries as well. So that's been the case with most of these collections. It's been, some Japanese versions and that sort of thing, which is fine. Interesting. So tons of these. Again, I'm not sure how it works with the games that require a stylus. I'm hoping that a mouse or like your second thumbstick will work. If it's set up that way, I hope it's not something I have to set up myself because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. But I will if I have to, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot. I can't go through all this. Let me know if there's something you want me to look for specifically. NES games, 888. You probably know those. Some Nintendo hacks. I wonder if you can tell what the differences are on these. If you, I don't know if it's going to tell us. Let's see. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really say on here that I can see anyway what the hacks are, but Castlevania Blood Moon, Course of Monsters, Overflow Darkness. Don't know. But nonetheless, there's some hacks you can mess around with. Famicom, Game Boy, we have 863 games. Game Boy Advance, 1,132 games. That's probably most ones that were out there. Game Boy Advance hacks as well. There's 22 Game Boy Advance hacks. Couldn't tell you exactly what they do, but could be interesting. So Game Boy Color, 596 games. GameCube, 638 games. I actually didn't know GameCube had 638 games. That's not a knock on it. I just didn't think it had that many. So we have the Button Kaitos. Batman Begins. Okay. Several Batman games. Beyond Good and Evil. Some Burnouts. Call of Duty. It should be a pretty dang complete collection. I don't think you're going to have too many things that you can think of that aren't on here. Let's just kind of scroll through a little bit here. Lots of Disney stuff. Donkey Kong. Dragon's Lair 3D. I don't know, man. I wonder how that is. I don't have high hopes, but I may have to look at that. Eternal Darkness, fantastic game. FIFA. Fire Emblem, that's fantastic to see. I'd actually be more shocked if I didn't see it, given how big this is, but... Harry Potter's, Harvest Moons. 007 games. I saw Kirby, but I kind of zipped past it. Blood Omen 2. Let's look at these. Zelda Collector's Edition. Yeah. Let's see. Four Swords Adventures. Ocarina of Time Master Quest. Wind Waker. Twilight Princess. Legends of Wrestling. Lord of the Rings. Various games. Lost Kingdoms. Luigi's Mansion. Got your Maddens in here. Mario Golf, Mario Kart, Mario Party, galore. Mario Tennis, Mario Baseball. Some Medal of Honors, Mega Man. Metal Arms, a couple, or maybe it's the same Metal Gear Solid twice. A Metroid Prime and Echoes. Mortal Kombat. I mean, there's not... God, yeah, I really don't think there's going to be anything missing in this collection at all. Need for Speed Underground, NFL Blitz, NHL games. Paper Mario, King Kong. Sorry, game. Phantasy Star Online is up there. I don't know how that works if, you're not using their servers. I don't know if that works or not. You had your Prince of Persia games up there. Rayman, Resident Evil, lots of Resident Evil. Serious Sam. Lots of One Piece games, Sims. Various Sonic. Spyro, SSX. A lot of Star Wars games. Super Monkey Ball. Tales of Symphonia. A few Turtles games, Tiger Woods. Time Splitters, Ghost Recon, all the Tom Clancy stuff. Tony Hawk, various games. True Crime. Beautiful Joe. Worms up there. WWE Crush Hour, not but that. Day of Reckoning. Day of Reckoning 2, WrestleMania X8. WrestleMania 19. X-Men Legends, Legends 2. Next to mention was a fighting game, which is alright. Wolverine's Revenge. Extreme D Racing. Those are actually good games. I feel like they got overshadowed by Wipeout because that was kind of like the first of that type, but good games on their own. Okay, I think we've gone through everything. Let me try to go further down here. All right, let's look at Nintendo Switch. Some of the stuff where, I don't know if these should really be on here, but I'm likely to just play the ones that I have. I think probably the ones that are on here are the ones I would want to play anyway. So we have Pokemon Shield and Sword, Violet, Pokken Tournament, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Mega Man Legends, Red Dead Redemption, Resident Evil. Let's see. Sea of Stars, that's cool. Shin Megami Tensei 5. All right, let's see. God, it's so hard when the text is black. Soccer Story, Sonic Colors, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Mania. Lots of Sonic. I'm not going to keep saying that. There's some of the, kind of smaller, more independent games. Some of them are the big games. Splatoon 2 and 3, Star Ocean, First Departure, and Second Story. SteamWorld Dig. Super Mario 3D Collection. So another way you can play those Mario games if you want to. Mario 3D World. Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Party, Mario RPG, Super Smash Bros, Tactics Ogre. I mean, it's got some of like the really big titles on here. Triangle Strategies there, which again, not sure we should really be doing that. But I think most of the games I want to play on here are games that I have anyway. Or games that I'm willing to buy, but we'll see. There's a lot on here that I'm not too familiar with, and I don't even know if I particularly care about them, but they are there. Bat and Kite Test 1 and 2. Let's see. Bayonetta 2, 1, 2, and 3. Bayonetta Origins. There's some stuff in Japanese. Blaster Master stuff, which I didn't even know they had all those. I've got 3 different Bloodstained games, which are great. Brigandine, I've never played the Switch one. I played the original on the PlayStation, and I think that is that's a real gem if you like strategy games. I definitely recommend checking that down. I don't know how this one compares, but I imagine it's pretty similar. Cadence of Hyrule, Capcom Fighting Collection, Your Toad games. Celeste. Child of Light's great. Okay. Cuphead. Dead Cells. Danganronpa. One of them. I don't know which one. There's like 3. I played only the 3rd one, but I don't think that's that one. Geofield Chronicle. Okay. Not too familiar with that. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Dragon Quest Treasures, Dragon Quest 11. Eternal Radiance. Fire Emblem. We got, what is this? I was trying to figure out which ones they are, but I think there's only 2 on the Switch, so it's probably those 2. It's hard when they have like just the Japanese title because, I don't speak that. Chameleon Hades. Hades is great. Hollow Knight. Hyrule Warriors. So I think I might be starting to get there. Nights in the Nightmare. I don't think I came across that yet. Tales into Reverie. Trials of Cold Steel 3. Trials of Cold Steel 4. Legend of Mana. Your Zelda Breath of the Wild. Link's Awakening. Skyward Sword. Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. So a lot of stuff on there. Probably shouldn't be, but right now it just is. So 887 Wii games. I'm not going to go through all these, but we're just going to kind of zip through. We'll stop just occasionally so you can see whatever's on that. I'm imagining this is set up so that you can use one of the 6 as your pointer, essentially. I do hope that these are all actually set up to play already. When I had the first one, I know like the Switch, I had to go in and set up the controls. It didn't really have them set up. So could be the same here. I'll let you know when I get to the review, but this is just really to show you some of the collections as much as I reasonably can without having this video last like hours. I wish I could say everything, but you know, it's got 80,000 games, so it's not really going to happen. All right. Got lots of Maddens on there. Mario Kart. Here, we should probably look at the Mario's here. Mario Party. Sonic Mario Olympic Games. Power Tennis, Sports Mix, Strikers, Super Sluggers. Okay. Saw some new Super Mario Brothers in there. Oh, Phantom Brave. I didn't even know there was one on the Wii. I think I have the PS2 one, I think. Pikmin, saw that. Some of the Poke Park. Pokemon Battle Revolution. Prince of Persia's. So, pretty extensive collection here. All right, let's get out of that. Wii U, 109 games, so not quite as many, of course. We had Mario Kart 8, Hyrule Warriors, Kirby, The Rainbow Curse, Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker HD, which is cool. Twilight Princess HD, Lego games, various Mario games. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. New Super Luigi Brothers and Mario Brothers U. Pikmin 3. Super Smash Brothers, Mario Maker. Trying to. Which Batman is this? Arkham City, that's cool. Bayonetta, I think I have several Bayonettas on this system across various systems. Deus Ex Human Revolution, that's a great game. Okay, got through that. WiiWare, I'm not going to worry about. Open Bore, these are kind of like, I think these are just like fan-made things, so they're kind of some weird stuff in here. Cool, but kind of unusual. Maplevania, see, it's like Maple Story Castlevania, I guess, I don't know. Very unusual, kind of interesting stuff though. Philips CDI, you know, it's got some stuff. It's got some adult games in here too. I just saw Strip Poker, and you got your bad Zelda games and bad Mario games, and there might be a couple good games in here somewhere. I don't know what they are. Dragon's Lair 2. If you like Dragon's Lair, there it is, part 2. Okay, let's get out of this. Scum BM. 61 games. This is going to be, I think, mostly adventure games, although there's some other stuff here as well. What is that? Hugo's House of Horrors. Is this? Okay, wow. King's Quest. Loom. Yeah, I mean, if you like your adventure games, that's what you got mostly there. Okay. Sega 32X, 35 games. This is probably going to be a lot of them. Sega CD, 161. Oh, God, I had the crisscross thing and everything. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot in here. I'm going to go to the L's because there's a couple good, like, oh, KO Flying Squadron. That's great. Links, let's start Lords of Thunder. That's pretty cool. Lunar, Eternal Blue, and the Silver Star. That's great. I was looking to see if they had Last Wizard. I think that's what it's called, but they don't. So anyway, but some good stuff on there. Dreamcast, 333 games. I'm going to guess that some of these are definitely Japanese games. I could be wrong. I just think it didn't have like, although, yeah, some of them are like D2 where it's multiple discs. Okay. Well, not as many Japanese games as I thought. I thought that would be mostly what I had here, but no, I guess I was kind of wrong about how many there are. Gunlord? I'm not familiar with that. It's got to be a Karuga? Yeah. I'm not sure what that is. Looks cool though. A lot of King of Fighters. Lack of Love. Oh, that's weird looking. I don't know what that's about. Last Hope. Soul Reaver. Mars Matrix, Marvel's Capcom 2. Have to have that. So yeah, it's got a pretty good collection here. I don't know if there's anything missing or not. Game Gear, I'm gonna get past that. Genesis, 946 games. You probably have just about everything on there. I don't know what Sega Hikaru is. There's 5 games on it though, so. Planet Harriers. Interesting. I wonder if these are some of the arcade games. I'm not certain. Sega Saturn, 306 games. Baku Baku. Play this game 2-player with somebody. Please play this game 2-player with somebody. It is an awesome, awesome puzzle game. Very underrated. It's one of my favorites on the system. Not so much 1-player. It's okay. It's okay 1-player. You play 2 players and it is a blast. I imagine this is going to be a pretty complete list of the US games here, which is good. A lot of people didn't get a chance to play these, and that's too bad. It was a cool system. And for retro gaming, I actually think it holds up better than the PS1 because they made a game or a system here that was really, really, really good at 2D, not that great at 3D comparatively. And when you look at 3D from that era, some of it doesn't look great, really. Like it's kind of janky, but a beautiful 2D game is still honestly a beautiful game. So, yeah, I think people are, have kind of discovered that, oh yeah, these are actually better in retrospect than a lot of the other systems are of that era. Got all your Panzer Dragoon, including Saga, Power Slave. Street Fighter, Super Zero 2, Super Zero, which is Alpha in the US. So I don't have Alpha 3 on this because it has a great version of that, but whatever. All right, so Tomb Raider. Everything with the word virtual in it. Warcraft 2. Albert Odyssey. So yeah, I mean, it's great. All right, we're going to get through some of this. SNES CD MSU. 156 total games. I'm not even sure what that is. So SNES US 915. It's probably got everything you can think of. Neo Geo Pocket Color. It was a great little pocket system. 40 games. That's probably just about everything. PlayStation. Oh my God. 1,804 games. I'm definitely not going to look at all this, but I bet there's not too many things you can think of that aren't on here. So if you're a big PlayStation 1 fan, it even has, hold on, let me back up here. So it even has Baldur's Gate on it, which never actually came out, I don't think. So we have disc 1, 2, and 3. So that's interesting. I'm curious to see if it is actually complete. Because I remember when that was coming, because I didn't have a computer at that time that could do Baldur's Gate. I was really excited about that, and then it never, ever came out. And that was a bummer. Legacy of Kain's up there. I can't stop and look at all these. There's lots of... Oh, hold on. I want to get back here for a second. So Brigandine. This is the Grand Edition. I don't know what's different between that and like the regular edition, which is probably what I have here. Great strategy game. Really liked it. Bust a Move. Caesar's Palace. Carmageddon. I mean, I don't think there's going to be too much that isn't on here, if anything. I think you got pretty much, I'm guessing almost the entire collection, if not the entire collection. So, yeah, if there's a PS1 game you like, it's almost definitely in here. Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular, and I can check it out for you. But let's move on. PlayStation 2 Europe and USA. Let's see. Europe is 2 games. Wow. Okay. 7 Blades and 7 Sins. All right. Oh Jesus, I don't know what that is. Okay. PlayStation 2 USA 639. That's a pretty damn good collection too. Here, Devil May Cry's in there. All kinds of ESPN Sports. Fatal Frame 1 and 2. Lots of your Grand Theft Autos, of course. I'm not even gonna hover on it, but I'm surprised they have the Guy game in here. That had to be pulled off the shelf because there's some nudity in it for people who are not of age. So I'm kind of shocked it's on here. Yeah, makes me feel a little icky about that. So Ico. Some Lord of the Rings games, Madden. Manhunt's up there. Max Payne, Maximo, Medal of Honor. Metal Gear Solid 2. Midnight Club. Various Mortal Kombats. Lots of things that start with an N and are 3 letters or maybe 4 sometimes. All kinds of sports. All kinds of Need for Speed, Top Pursuit, Most Wanted, Underground 2. Good stuff. NFL Blitz, NFL Street. Prince of Persia. Resident Evils. Silent Hills. Sonic, Soul Caliburs, Spider-Man games. I think it'd be hard pressed to find too many things that are missing from here. Suffering. Tekken, Test Drives, Tiger Woods, Time Splitters, all kinds of Tom Clancy stuff. Tomb Raider, Tony Hawk. Although, you know what I'm noticing, although I may have just sit past it and not realize it, I don't think I've seen any PS2 RPGs, which is crazy to me because it has a lot of great ones. So that would be really strange if that's not on here. I guess you could argue Dark Alliance, but it's so actiony, it's not really quite what I had in mind. I wonder. All right, well, that's kind of strange if that's the case. PlayStation 3, 173 games. Cross Edge, Dark Souls, Darkness, Dead Space, Demon Souls, Disgaea, Doom 3, Dragon's Crown, Dragon's Dogma. Got your Grand Theft Autos up there. Guitar Hero, if you want to play them with a controller for some reason. Heavenly Sword. This is, to me, an underrated game. I really like this. It's kind of similar to God of War, but it's a very cinematic game. Oh, sorry. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5. I want to find out whoever's naming the Kingdom Hearts games and yell at them because it's ridiculous. Lollipop Chainsaw. I think that's getting a remake sometime soon. Mass Effect 2. Ratchet and Clank games. Soul Calibur. Uncharted. XCOM. Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, another Bayonetta. I guess I could pick whatever Bayonetta I like and just do that. Catherine, okay. PSP, I missed how many games that was. What was it? 823. So I'm not going to go through all this, but you know, again, if there's a PSP game that you want to play, I would bet it's in here somewhere. I'd be shocked if it wasn't with that many games. I still don't even know if I didn't even know there were that many games for that system. They probably have a lot of like their, you know, really small, like downloadable games as well. So lots of stuff. Let me know if there's something you want me to look for specifically, but I don't want to go through all that. It's too many. All right. One color, 3DO, Japan. Okay. So we're back to the beginning. So that is just this one thing. Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to this one. This is going to have your PC games on it. So let's see what it has on here. Again, there's going to be a lot of these that maybe it shouldn't have, but it does. Let your own conscience deal with that. A lot of the games on here I have as well, so I don't feel too bad about them being on here, but you know, I'm not sure if it's a good idea for them to be putting these on here. Yeah, all right. It doesn't like my my antivirus, we know. So there's a lot of Angry Birds for some reason. Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk, 2077, Dead or Alive 6, Devil May Cry 5. There's some games I'm not familiar with. God of War, Grand Theft Auto 5, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Elden Ring, Grand Theft Autos, Just Cause 4. We have Red Dead Redemption 2, Rage, Panzer Dragoon, Ori, Resident Evil 4, and 7. 7. Ugh, God, man. That one's like the creepiest one to me by far. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Street to Rage 4. Yeah. So, anyway, not a ton of them. But, yeah, there's definitely some stuff that maybe shouldn't be on here. All right, folks, I've tried to record RetroBat a few times, and it just isn't working. OBS either thinks a different screen is the top screen, or it just stays on one image and doesn't change no matter what I show you. So I can't show you that. That being said, most of the collections are exactly the same as in Launchbox. The only difference is that I've noticed, anyway, is that it does have a PS Vita collection, which is pretty cool. I don't know how many games are actually are available for that system, but I'm not familiar with most of them. But it's got quite, not a huge number, but it's got a good amount. It has some in Japanese. I don't know how playable they are in English, but I would show you if this thing would let me. But I've tried several times, and I just don't know what the issue is. So let's move on. And now let's look at HyperSpin Attraction, and that is the last thing, because I believe we started with TechnoParrot. So let's take a peek. The previous hard drive they released was all HyperSpin Attraction. And what's different here is you don't have like the traditional systems in here. You're not going to see Super Nintendo. But you do have all these more specific collections. So you have 19XX, Batman, Ultra Beast, Asteroids. There's some of the arcade game boards in here. You have, like, if you look for baseball game, Battletoads game, all kinds of stuff here. All the Capcom systems, Cave if you want like good shooters, Data East if you like specific companies. We've got the Future Pinball here, which let's see how that looks. If it's going to show us. Okay, here we go. Wow, that looks really cool. I mean, I don't know if these are actual pinball systems that exist out there or not, but it looks like maybe. Let's see. Got gun games, Homebrew MAME, IGS, bunch of IRAM stuff, Jellico, Kaneko, King of Fighters, Konami Bubble System, Konami not Bubble System, Konami just X-Men, 4 games, interesting. Yeah, X-Men, okay, I don't know why they're, weird. Okay, that's fine though. Let's see, Lemon Co? Don't know that. You got MAME, 2-player, 4-player, you have them divided by decade, which is cool. Marvel's Capcom, Maze Games, Metal Slug, all kinds of Midway stuff. Mortal Kombat, Mugen, bunch of Namco, Nintendo Arcade, Outrun Pac-Man, platformers, Psycho. I know they make a lot of different games. And a lot of different varieties too, so I think it's got a good number of shooters, but it's got a lot of other weird stuff too, so that's fun. Alright, Pinball FX3. So these are more fancy pinball games. They got like characters moving around on the sides and whatnot, so kind of different. Puzzle arcade games, racing. What is this? Raising. I'm not familiar with raising. Interesting. Bloody Roar, Brave Blade. Okay. Alright, cool. Rhythm arcade games, Thomas Wave, Sammy. Lots of Sega stuff. Model 1, Model 2, Model 3, Naomi. Nomad for some reason, even though that's just a portable Genesis. I don't get that. STV. More Sega. Sable. Shoot 'em ups if you just want to find that type of game. Shotgun Farmers, whatever the heck that's about. 74 games. Oh, this is so bizarre. Okay. Interesting. Alright, sure. SNK. Hyper Neo Geo 64. Neo Geo CD. Neo Geo Mini. Taito. Lots of Taito. Lots and lots of Taito. Technos. Tecmo. Tekken games. Tennis. Tiger handholds. I'm always baffled by this. Are like people really excited about playing these? They, you know, they're not really good. Honestly, they're just not. Turtles, the Mean Green collection. What is that? Toeplan? I don't even know what that is. Oh, zeroing. Ah, okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Trackball games. Unico, Universal. Sammy Video System. Virtua Fighter. Williams. Got your wrestling. Sung. Zinc. And then we're back to where we started. So, that's about that. All right, folks, that's pretty much everything. I mean, I didn't go through every single system, obviously, because this has already been a very long video. And I really, if you've stuck with me through this whole thing, thank you so much. I know it's been long, but, you know, I think if you're going to spend, you know, $300 on this, you might want to see what's on here as much as I can show you in a semi-reasonable amount of time. You know, if someone didn't stick with me on here, now's the perfect time to tell them exactly what I think of them. Okay, I had to cut all of that out. Sorry, I really got carried away. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. They, you know, people can watch whatever they want. Maybe they just wanted to see one particular collection. That's cool. But let me know if you are looking for any particular kind of game in there. Or if you have experience with this one, how you feel about it, or, you know, just any questions you might have for me. I'm happy to answer if I know the answer. If not, I'll try to find it. If you're looking for a game and you ask me and I can't get back to you, it's not personal. It's just because I work a ton of hours, so sometimes I can't do it as easily as I would like. But I will do my best to try to get back to you if you have questions about this. And in the meantime, I'm going to be working on a review, so I'm going to try out a lot of this stuff, I hope, and you know, see, you know, what's working, what isn't, what I can figure out how to fix if it isn't working, and what I can't figure out how to fix. And I'll talk about all that in the review, and then I'll do a little comparison in that review between this hard drive and the previous one that they had out. So yeah, that's my current plan. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed looking at all this stuff, and if this has gotten you closer to deciding whether or not to buy that, that's great. If you're still unsure, when I do my review, hopefully that'll push you one way or the other, and you can feel confident in whatever your choice is. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. And until then, I'll see you next time. All right, you made it to the end of another video. If you want to help the channel out, make sure you like it, subscribe, leave a comment if you can. All these things really help, and make sure you tell friends about us, because that would also be fantastic.
Yeah. If you enjoyed that video, you might like this one.
Or this one.
We're also on social media. There's a Facebook group. We're on Twitter/X and Instagram.
Yep, so until next time, we'll see you around the table.
Bye.